Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a complete print-on-demand tutorial. This is going to go over everything step by step that I personally do, and I've been in this space for quite a while, so hopefully this video can be an all-in-one video for you to go from idea of wanting to start print-on-demand to getting your first sale. Everything in between is going to be covered here on camera, and here on the computer I can put you on screen recording so you can follow along step by step and get everything you need out of this video. Now this video is going to be a little bit longer. It probably could be a course. As you guys know, I put everything here free on YouTube, so really take advantage of this video. It's got all the special tools that I've learned to use, and I'm sharing it all with you guys freely. So all I ask is if you enjoy this video, just give it a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into this video because there's going to be a lot of information to cover here. So before we get into this, for those of you who don't know what print-on-demand is, essentially what print-on-demand business is you create t-shirt designs, you upload them to a few different websites, and they get sold on these websites. People can purchase those designs on t-shirts, and the company or the website that you uploaded that design to, they do all of the printing onto the shirt, shipping out to the customer, and they handle the customer service for you. So essentially, we create the t-shirt designs, we upload them to the right websites, and if everything is done correctly, all we do is collect our paycheck. Now, I know this sounds like one of those things that's too good to be true, but I've been doing this for over 7 years now, and I'm just giving back and sharing all of this information freely so that you guys can start this kind of business for yourself as well. Now, to give you an idea of what this looks like, let's go into my computer real quickly. So print on demand, I'm gonna use Amazon as an example because they are one of the websites that does this. You search for a type of t-shirt. Right now I'm searching for a camping t-shirt, and you scroll down and you can see Amazon Merch on Demand. This is a little label that's under each of these listings that's using this print-on-demand business. Now, some sellers on Amazon, they could physically print the products and ship them to you, but those who are using this business model of print-on-demand are just uploading the designs. It gets labeled as Amazon Merch on Demand, and then basically you can come in here, you can click on this shirt. If you like this shirt, then you can switch to whatever type of shirt you're buying, whatever color you want this shirt in. You select your size, and then you can place your order. You can buy it now or add it to the cart and purchase it just like you would on Amazon on any site. But then Amazon will do all of the back end work where they print the shirt and they ship it out to you. And again, all of the customer service is handled just like it would normally be through Amazon. Now I wanted to show you that because Amazon's very easy to relate to so that you can understand what print on demand is. But Amazon's not the only website that does this. There are several other websites that I'll talk about in this video. Some of them are better than others. I'll talk about that later on in this video. But you can upload the same design to multiple different websites and they all get their own traffic, and you can basically repeat this process I just showed you on all of these different websites. Now, one more small thing to cover before we start getting into this step-by-step tutorial is that there's two different types of print on demand. I'll cover this quickly, but it's an important thing to note. There is passive print on demand, which I basically just showed you, and then there is active print on demand, which is you create your own website, you try to drive your own traffic, and you basically build your own clothing brand. And then you can still use a print-on-demand provider to actually print those products and ship them out, but you have to collect the order, you have to send it to that provider, and then they do all of the shipping. You still are responsible for the customer service. So with that being said, of building your own website or just uploading to Amazon and these other websites, I personally prefer the passive side because everything is done for you. You just create the designs and upload them, and you can really sit back. You don't even need internet access, and all of these sales can be fulfilled by themselves, and you don't have to lift a finger. So needless to say, this whole tutorial that I'm going to walk you through is for this passive style business model because ultimately I think you're going to like that a lot better in the long run. So now that we should all be on the same page of what print on demand is and what's going to be covered in this video, now let's get into the good part of this video. I have a lot of good tools to show you and some good processes, so let's just go ahead and jump in the computer and show you. So when you decide you want to do print on demand, you can create t-shirt designs in any topic or any niche that you want. As long as you're not doing anything that is copyrighted, typically this is going to be movie quotes or song lyrics or logos of businesses. You don't want to use any of those things because they are owned by other people. We want to be looking for things like this camping shirt here that says, "Camping is my happy place." That is most likely not going to be trademarked. That's not going to be owned by someone. It's not a logo. That's the sweet spot of what we are looking for. Now, my first piece of advice for you would be to think about what kind of topics or niches you'd like to create designs in. If it's something that you are passionate about or you know about, that is going to be a great place to start for you. When you're just getting started in print on demand, it can be hard to get past that initial barrier of getting those designs created, getting them uploaded to the websites, and then waiting a little bit until you see those sales started, then you will have that motivation to continue going. So in the beginning, rather than hunting for the absolute perfect topic or the perfect niche to create your designs in, just think of what's relevant to you. For me personally, I like the outdoors and camping and traveling. That's why I'm using this as an example, so that's what I'm gonna walk you through in this tutorial. But for you, that might be food and drinks. You might really like culinary things. You could use that as your niche. Or you might really like yoga or mountain biking or rock climbing. Whatever that is to you, let's use that as your way of getting started here. So once you have that topic or idea of what kind of shirts you want to create in your head, and this can change anytime, you just need a good one to start with to get you through this tutorial. Then let's go over to a different website and figure out what kind of designs or slogans to put on these shirts. So my initial place that I've always recommended to get ideas for creating these designs is to go over to Etsy.com. Now, we're not actually going to be using Etsy for print on demand. However, they are a great place to get inspiration because they have a ton of great creative listings. So what I'm going to do for the camping idea is I'm going to type in camping t-shirt. Now, once you search this, you are going to get a ton of hits here, and you can see a ton of different designs. Some of them are pretty funny. I hate people. That's why people go into the middle of the woods to go camp. There are a lot of different designs that you can get ideas from here. And the important thing is, don't rip these designs off, just look at these slogans. That's all we need to look at for right now. Now, going to Etsy has been my place to find inspiration for t-shirt designs for basically ever. It's just such a good resource, that's why I recommend it. However, in this tutorial, I have another way that you can get really good designs. This is something that's brand new, so I'm really excited to share it with you in this video. So there's a new website that's created by a company called OpenAI, basically standing for artificial intelligence, and they create products or they create services that have artificial intelligence in them. And they recently created a product called ChatGPT. So let me open that up over here. And the way to get to this is chat.openai.com. And you'll basically just have to create a free account to use this. And this is going to be my new suggestion for you. I don't know how long this is going to be available for free. I think currently they're just testing this as a customer-facing AI, but I have a feeling that Google or someone big is going to purchase this and put it behind a paywall where you have to pay to use it, or not have it customer-facing or free. So long story short, if this is still available, this is going to make things a lot easier. It's not required, it's just a good way that you can find really good ideas quickly. So once you get in here, you can basically ask ChatGPT anything, and you're basically asking artificial intelligence something, and it's giving you an answer back. Now, I do not agree with this 100% because I think it's going to get carried away, and the biggest problem here is that the information that they give you back on most answers is not factual. It's not 100% credible, but for our instance of asking ChatGPT what are good t-shirt designs for whatever niche, you're going to be blown away by the results. So allow me to show you this, and then bear with me because there's a few things that you have to understand throughout it, but this is likely going to blow your mind like it has mine. So here we go. I'm just going to jump into this and show you. So over here on ChatGPT, let's just type in what are 10 copyright-free camping t-shirt slogans. Now you can swap this out to 10 copyright-free, whatever your niche is, t-shirt slogans. So once you hit enter, it's going to take a minute to think about this and give you an answer. You can see it's loading down here, and you can switch this to 10, you can switch it to 20, no matter how big you want this list, but 10 is a good place to start. So as you can see, it's starting to answer this, and it's basically just giving me slogans for t-shirt designs. This is really crazy. I've never seen any tool that can do it this good in the past. So this is something that's pretty special. Again, I don't know how long this is gonna stick around, so if you can get access to this, go try it out. So here we go. Life is better in the woods. Camping is my happy place. I'd rather be camping. The mountains are calling and I must go. These are absolutely awesome. But there's something that's really important here, and is that, like I was mentioning before, not all of these are factual or true. So I explicitly asked it for copyright-free camping t-shirt slogans. Well, what I've found is that not all of these are always copyright-free. Some of these may be copyrighted by a company or by another seller, so you can't use that. If you accidentally go ahead and just use this in your design and upload it, that listing will be removed and you're going to get a strike on your account. In some cases, they will ban your account for copyright infringement if you do this too many times. So once you get this list, it's basically a way to just get the text and then you figure out how to create the design with it, which I'll walk you through everything here. But before we go from what these slogans are to actually creating the design, the huge important step here is to make sure that these truly are not copyrighted. So you could manually copy these and paste them into the government website and search trademarks to see if they are protected on apparel, or you can just use a tool for this that basically does it for you. This is what I've been doing for years, and it makes it much easier. So what I'm going to do is select all of these 10 here and use Command C and copy them. And then I'm going to go to our next tool that we're going to use here, which is called Merch Informer. This is one that if you've been watching my channel, I talk about because I've been using it forever for this instance right here. So on Merch Informer, it's about $10 a month or something like that. This is our first paid tool here, but it's going to help you avoid all of the legal issues of potentially using a copyright protected slogan. So I'm just going to log into my account, but for you, you may want to go to pricing and check this out. I actually have a discount code from them that I'll put down in the description. That gives you 20% off, so that'll bring it down to about $8 per month. Well worth it. You don't have to use this. There are other ways that you can search the government website. This is just going to make it so much easier for you. So let me sign in and show you how to do this. Okay, so once you're inside of Merch Informer, basically come over to the left side and hit Trademarks. It'll drop down and then go to Trademark Alerts. Now in here, we're just going to Command V. I'm just going to paste all of these 10 slogans that we got from that website. And then the only tedious thing is I just have to delete all of the quotation marks so that the search is done properly. All right, so once you have all 10 of these here with no quotations on them, just hit save. Now, all of these are going to be bumped down into the results down here. Now it says safe to use, not checked yet. So all you have to do is then click this button up here, check trademarks, wait for this to load for a second, and then just refresh your page and it'll give you the new answers on if they're copyright protected or not. So as it turns out, all of these 10 here are safe to use on apparel. So they get the green check mark. If you got the red X, that means that is copyright protected. Do not use that on a print-on-demand listing on apparel because you're going to run into legal issues. So in this instance of searching for camping shirts on the ChatGPT, all of these are actually good to use. Now, this does not happen every time, just in this example. However, I really do want to emphasize that not all of the time these are going to be copyright free. So don't just create this list and then go use it because you're going to be shooting yourself in the foot if you accidentally upload things that are copyright protected. So now if we go back to Merch Informer and we know that all of these are good to use, we basically have our text and we have our slogan ready to go into designs. So now we are all the way at the point of creating the designs, which is basically our last step here. Once we create the designs, then we upload it to the websites, and I'll talk about which websites to upload to after this so that you're not wasting your time with bad ones. You're just uploading to the ones that truly get traffic and you will get sales on. Now, when it comes to designing, this is where you really have to focus your efforts and make sure you're doing it right. All of the steps up to here have kind of been technicality. So we have good ways to find designs, we have good ways to check if they're copyright protected, but now you have to create the designs yourself. Now, in the beginning, when I started out 7 some odd years ago, I did not have graphic design experience. Still, I would consider myself not able to create designs by hand that are going to be really good designs. That stuff is really challenging. It truly is, and I've been doing this forever. So what I have done is I have found different websites that offer print-on-demand t-shirt templates. This is by far the best way to do this if you're trying to start print-on-demand as a business. Essentially, what we need to be able to do is create great designs in an efficient manner where it doesn't take us too long so that we really can keep rinse and repeating, creating great designs, uploading them to the websites. We're not going to spending an entire day creating one design because you're simply not going to cover enough ground. You're not going to create enough designs. In my peak of doing print on demand, I was uploading somewhere around 50 designs per day. That was creating the designs and uploading them to the different websites. Now, that is a lot of work to do all by yourself. But the tool that I'm about to show you will allow you to do that. So if it is just you in the business running it, you don't have other people helping you, you can create a lot of designs yourself. You're not going to be spending tons of hours on a single design. So the next tool that we're going to use in this process is strictly for designing. So this is called Placeit.net. This is the tool that I have kind of grown to use. I've used all of the different tools out there, and a lot of them run into the issue of the fonts or the templates or the graphics are not copyright free. So even if the slogan or the text that we checked is copyright free, some of these other websites, you're using a font that's protected or owned by someone else. And they don't even tell you that until you start reading the fine print. Everything that you find on Placeit is 100% copyright free. Everything from the graphics to the text to the layouts, everything. This is why I use Placeit. Placeit is also going to be one of those that is a paid tool to use. So what I recommend if you have the means to do this is it's only a couple dollars a month. I think right now they're charging $7.50 a month if you do the entire year. If you just do it month to month, I believe it's about $15 per month. But they also gave me a coupon because I've used them for years now. That gives you 15% off. So it brings you down to about $12 per month, and then you get full unlimited access. Since this is another paid tool, I just wanted to spend a minute here to try to justify why I use it and why I'm recommending it to you guys, because I know that's money out of your pocket. You're trying to start a business, you're not trying to pay money to other people. Hopefully that justifies why this is a good product. Let's go ahead and just show you how to use it. So first let me log in here and then I'll show you how to create the t-shirt designs. All right, now that I'm logged in here, let's go over to the home page here and let's hover over designs and then go over to t-shirt designs. Now once you're in t-shirt designs, this is going to be all of their different t-shirt designs. If you hover over it, it'll show you the different colors or different examples that you could create with that design. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see that they have tons of pages. There's literally 600 different pages of t-shirt designs, and there's gotta be 20 plus on each page. So what I recommend to you to get the best outcome for your search, really to be the most efficient here, is to type in the niche or the topic that you are creating designs on currently. So I'm going to type in camping, and I'm just going to search for that. This is going to give us a bunch of results. Then I'm going to come over to the left side here and sort it by just t-shirt designs. So there are 47 camping t-shirt designs, I can see the number right here, that are specifically t-shirt designs for camping. And when you hover over these, you can see slightly different variations of them, different colors, different graphics. And we can choose any of these. All of these are going to be 100% copyright free. So as you scroll through here, you can see there are just a ton to choose from. And some of these are really complex designs. Something like this would be extremely difficult to create in Photoshop, and you can simply just come in here, edit the text, change the graphics, change the color if you want to, and just save it to your computer, and you just saved all of that time. So I'm going to use one of these. Like, look how intricate these are. This is just, every time I come in here, it continues to blow my mind. This would be so difficult to create, and you can just use it here. So I like this one over here. These circular designs I think are really cool for camping. I just tend to see it a lot of the times when I'm out there, people have shirts on like this. So that's what I'm going to use. It's more of a minimal design. I'm going to click on that. It'll bring us right into the t-shirt editor here. And now what I'm going to do is go back to Merch Informer and look at our list of 10 phrases. So now we have all of these, and basically we can use every single one of these. So since we have 47 different camping templates, and I have 10 right here, I can put every single one of these into a different template. So I'm going to use this one, life is better in the woods. I just think that's a cool phrase. And if you look at our design, it's clearly in the woods, so this is going to match up good here. So this first box right here, and again, you can move any of this, you can make it bigger, it's not going to fit in a circle anymore, but if you do need to move a graphic or make it bigger, you can do all of that right here. And you can just hit back button if you want to undo something, or you can do reset if you want to put it all the way back to how it was in the beginning. So our text here is going to be life is better in the woods. So I'm just going to switch this out here. Life is better in the woods. And as you can see, it kind of auto formats everything, and basically we're done. You really don't have to do anything else but change the text if you don't want to. But if you do want to change the font or anything, again, all of these are copyright free, but all you do is come in here and you can select a different font and it'll just change that in real time. So that's actually a really nice font. Let's just go ahead and use this one instead. There we go, recently used. Perfect. So before we can download this to our computer, there's one more step that we need to take. So let's go over to background right here, click on that drop down and hit the checkerboard. This is basically going to turn this into a transparent PNG, so the background will not be printed in any color on the t-shirt. You'll just have the graphic right here that gets printed on that t-shirt. So I know you can't really see the design right now, but that's why we changed this as the last thing. And then once we do that, we're just going to click download. It's just going to say that it's processing the download, it's almost ready. And then all you do is click here to download, and it downloads it directly to your computer. So just like that, we have our first design already done. So when you zoom in on this, you can see that the quality is great, so it'll print, I'll have no issues with that. And it has a transparent background for us already. So this is our first design right here. We're already done. So basically we would just close out of this one, we'd go back to our list over here, we'd go to the next one, and we would just start doing all of these in different templates. That's how easy it is to create these designs. So I'm just going to create this one for now, use it for this tutorial, and we'll proceed through the next steps. For you, once you get started in this business, you'd want to stay here and create all 10 of those, and then you have your 10 designs ready. Then you can go to the next step and efficiently upload all of them to the different websites. All right, so first off, congratulations if you've made it this far. You basically have done all of your research and ideation. You found different slogans, you figured out which ones were copyright free or which ones are protected and you shouldn't use, and then you came over and you created the designs with really professional templates. So most of the hard work is already done. Now it's really just logistics stuff. This is technical things of going to different websites and uploading your designs and then putting a title and a description to them, and you're essentially done. Once you've uploaded these designs to these websites we're about to talk about, those designs will have a listing on those websites essentially forever, and they will do the marketing, they bring in their own traffic. So essentially we're nearly at the end of this process here already. Now I'm going to start off on one of the first websites. This one's called TeePublic. Now, the reason I'm using TeePublic is because they have a really good upload interface that's simple to understand. So for you guys who are new starting out, this should help you catch you up to speed and kind of give you the idea of what we're trying to do when we're uploading these, how we're titling them, what kind of descriptions we're putting in. And then this is just one of the websites. So if you look up a list of different print-on-demand websites, there are a ton of them out there. Now, I've used a lot of the popular print-on-demand websites for years, so I've seen how many sales come from how many items are uploaded, and I've uploaded these same designs on multiple different websites to see which ones sell the best. So you can upload them to as many as you want because all of these websites are non-exclusive, so you can have the same design with the same title on multiple different websites. However, my recommendation to you would be just a handful of different websites. There's a reason that I like to do it this way is because you don't want to waste your time uploading to 15 different websites when maybe only 5 of them are going to give you the vast majority of your sales. So save your time from uploading to a ton of them, and I would recommend just uploading them to a few. So the ones that I would recommend from experience would be TeePublic, just because we're showing it here. That's going to be a good one. They get well over 1 million people to their website every single month, totally organically browsing through different shirts to buy. And then you have Redbubble, you have Merch on Demand, the Amazon website we were talking about before, and then you have Zazzle and you have Teespring. These are going to be the bulk of the websites. Now I'll put all of those in a list right here, and I would recommend screenshotting this list just so you have it on your computer, so later when you're going through this, you can know which websites to spend your time uploading to. Now the only thing before we get into this is that all of these websites you can just create an account and start uploading right away. The only one that's going to be different from that is Amazon's. So that Amazon Merch on Demand, Amazon's so big, they literally get billions of people to their website every month, not just millions. So they are a little bit more selective. So on Merch on Demand for Amazon, you're going to have to actually apply to be a seller there. So once you finish this tutorial, you can go over to merch.amazon.com and you can basically just go to this landing page. This means you made it to the right place, and you just click sign up. It'll have you fill out the entire application. I'll link up a video down in the description that you can watch that gives you tips on that application to try to help you get accepted, but it may take about 2 weeks until you hear back from them if you're accepted or not. If you don't get accepted, I highly recommend reapplying as many times as you can until you do get accepted, because there's a lot of sales and a lot of traffic that's going to come from being a print-on-demand seller on Amazon. So coming back to TeePublic, let's go through this upload process here. So when you start on TeePublic, just come over to the right side, go to create an account, and then just fill in your information and create an account. What I would recommend to you is first and last name, obviously, but then email address. Create an email address just for print on demand. That way you can log into that inbox and have all of your print on demand business emails all in one place. So once you've gotten this far down, you're going to see this little checkbox that says, yes, I'd like to advertise my product in off-site marketing. This is something that a lot of these websites do for you, and basically it's free marketing. So they will automatically kind of pull the information from your listing and put it into auto-created advertisements that go throughout all different websites on the internet. So as you know, on the internet, just a crash course in this real quick, ad providers can kind of automatically put advertisements in front of people that are relevant to those people. So if the person is searching for camping locations or camping jackets or whatever that camping gear is on Google, well, then once they go over to Facebook or once they're on a different website on YouTube or something, the camping related advertisements will be put in front of them. So it's relevant targeting. Well, some of these websites do that for you for free. So they will take your listing of your camping t-shirt or whatever your topic is, and they will put that on different websites in front of people who are interested in those topics. Now, this is something that if you were to try to do it on your own, you would have to pay for that advertising, plus you'd have to learn how to do the whole process. I've done all of that. Having this done for you is very easy and totally free, so why not take advantage of it? So just make sure you turn this box to yes. It should be that way by default. And then later, if you decide for some reason, hey, I don't want to do that anymore, I don't know why you do that, but you still have the ability to turn that off later in your account. So just leave it on in the beginning just so you don't forget about it, and then just click create my account. It's going to send you a verification email, so just go verify that in your account real quick. And then you're basically all set. So now we go back to login and we log in with our credentials once our account is verified. So now we have an account on here. So we're ready to roll. That's how easy this is. So now you can go to my account. It'll show you your earnings here at a nice quick glance. And then you can go to upload a design. So the first thing it's going to have you do is create a storefront. So this name is totally up to you. It doesn't have to be the same as the niche, because on this website, it's going to be all of your different listings in all different topics under one storefront. Now the cool part about this is these different websites, they market your listings individually. So basically if someone wants to see all of your different designs at once, they'll see your storefront, but in the vast majority of cases, they're just going to see the one design from you that they are purchasing because it was marketed to them, and they won't ever see your entire storefront. So call this anything that you would like. You can be as creative as you want here. Just don't put anything that is offensive or vulgar. It's not going to help you out to get more sales. Now, once you've put a name in here and it says that it is available, you're all set. You can just say, take me to the uploader. So now you're basically ready to upload your design. So all we have to do is, as you can see, it says PNG. Well, how we downloaded from Placeit is already in a PNG with a transparent background ready for us, so we don't have to change anything there. So basically just click to upload and then select the file that you created from Placeit. Give this just a second to load here. And then this is our design. As you can see, it's got the transparent background, so you really can't see it, but we know from creating it before that it's good to go. And then we can scroll down a little bit here and we can give it a title, description, fill out the tags, a little bit more information, and then we can pick the colors. So let me start at the top here because this is going to be the same on all of the different websites you upload to. So you have to give this a title and a description. Two important things here. So what I typically do is have a very basic title that's going to have keywords in it of what that shirt is about. So this is a camping shirt, and the text that we put on that shirt is "Life is better in the woods." So that is what we want to put in our title, that it's a camping shirt and that the text says "Life is better in the woods." That way, if someone's looking for just generally a camping shirt and they type that in, we will still show up. But if they have found this phrase somewhere else, "Life is better in the woods," and they're looking through Google specifically for a shirt like that, we will also show up. That's all I'm going to type in because at the end of this, it's going to say t-shirt for us. So let's just copy that. I'm going to paste it down here at the bottom. This is going to be the description. You can write out a whole description here, basically a sentence or two just saying, this shirt is a camping shirt and it says "Life is better in the woods." Get this for yourself or give it as a gift for someone who loves camping. Now, I don't personally do that because I don't see much benefit to that. I think people are buying based on the design, not so much being talked into it in the description. So I just put the same keywords in there. That'll help us a little bit without going over the top. Also, by doing this, it keeps it very efficient. So you're not spamming anyone, but you're just copy pasting, and that way it makes it easy and you can get through these listings pretty quickly. Now, coming over to the tags over here, this is a camping shirt. So generally I'm going to put in the general term of what that is. If it's a tennis shirt, you'd put in tennis here. And I don't like to go into the specific ones here because I don't want to get excluded from the overall topic that people are searching for. So I'm just going to type camping. That's your one main tag. And then the rest of these are going to be relevant tags. It'll auto pull these up for you based on your main tag, and you can basically just select them. This is something I love about TeePublic, just makes it easy. So you can do hiking, you can do nature, all of the ones that are going to be relevant. So as you start clicking these, all of these are very relevant, so I'm probably going to use all of these. And that's probably good right there. And then the last thing is just, does this contain any mature content? And you'll just answer no here. I wouldn't recommend creating any content like that. You're just going to exclude yourself or potentially get into trouble. So I wouldn't include that, especially not for a print-on-demand business. This part up top is going to be the same for the different websites. So keep that in mind. And basically the only thing that's going to change from the different websites is what kind of products that they offer and in what colors. Now, this is another important part for all of the different websites. This design that we created was white text and it's generally light. So you don't want to print a white text shirt on a white shirt because you won't be able to see it. So if you were to select white here, you can see it's just generally really hard to see. So rather, if we were to select black or a darker color, you can see how good this design looks on it. So what you can do is just come down here, and if you have a light graphic, then you can say, I want it printed on dark shirts only. And then it'll uncheck all of the ones that are light shirts, which would be hard to read it on. That's just a nice feature on TeePublic, but on the other sites, you will manually do this. So coming back up here, you're going to choose a default color. That's another one of our settings that we have to fill out here. So for this, I'm going to choose one of these darker shirts. I typically go with the black or the asphalt if it is a white color shirt like this. And then we're going to do the same for these down here. Now, if you picked a color that's available in every item, like something like a black, all of them will be filled out for you, all of the ones that are applicable. Like the baseball tee, that's in different colors. So you want to make sure that it has this one, not that one, because you can't see it. These are just the defaults of basically what's going to be shown in the listing when someone's looking for that on the marketplace. But then once they click in on the listing, they'll be able to choose from any of the darks colors that we selected. So over on the right here, we have the different products that this is going to be available on. This is what's great about print on demand is all we do is upload the graphic, but then it's available on all of these different products. If someone likes it on a hoodie better than a t-shirt, they can purchase it and TeePublic will print it, ship it out to them on this specific product in the color and size that they choose. So all of these are good. I leave all of these on. The only things that I'm going to turn off, and I'll show you that here, is if you come down here and you have it on stickers or cases or mugs, like things like that, it gets a little bit challenging here. So by and large, you're going to sell the most of apparel, typically just t-shirts. That's going to sell by far the most. These are all extra products, and as you go to different websites, especially something like Redbubble, once you get over there, they have a ton of different products. The problem that I run into is that the products don't always fit. So if you're going to be on a mug like this, it gets a little bit big in some cases and you have to go in and reformat it. This one probably would work, but in other cases, your graphic is kind of spilling over the edges. So what I end up doing is I just turn off all of these. All I want is the t-shirts and the apparel, just because that's going to give us the most sales, and then we don't run into any customer issues or we don't run into anything related to sizing on different miscellaneous products that might only be sold 1 out of every 100 sales of a t-shirt. So I just make it easy for myself. I would recommend the same for you. So just like this, we basically have already filled everything out. I'm just gonna do a once over here. We have our design with the transparent background. We have our title, our description, our tags, and saying that it has no mature content on it. And then when we come down, we have all of the different products and we have what kind of default listing color that's going to be in. We have all the different available colors that this will be in. And then when we come down, everything else is turned off. We're just having t-shirts and apparel. So now you can say, I agree, and you can say publish. As you can see, just like this, you've just created a listing. So all of this is ready to go. So it says Life is Better in the Woods camping t-shirt. It added the t-shirt to the end. It's made by Pro Tee Shop, just the name that I used here. This is the only place people are going to be able to find that storefront we were talking about. But it says it's a camping t-shirt. Our description shows up right below it, and it looks nice and clean. All of the different colors it's available in. You can choose the different kind of shirt that someone wants to purchase it in, size, different style. And they can even switch it to a hoodie, a kid's shirt, and then they can just click add to cart. The sales are going to run for you. The marketing will be done for you off website with those off-site ads, and you don't have to do anything else. That was the whole process. If you wanted to stop right here, you absolutely could. What I would recommend to you if you really want to build this into a business is take that same design that we just talked about, the Life is Better in the Woods that you have saved on your desktop, and go do this same process on the other websites we talked about. That will give you 4 other listings that are identical to this one, getting organic traffic from all of those different websites. So another really important thing to note here is that you can be a seller for print on demand anywhere in the world. So you could create the listing just like I did, and you could live somewhere in the world, and then someone could order that shirt on the other side of the world. And some of these different websites even have fulfillment centers all around the world. So whichever one is closest to where that customer ordered from, they will print the shirt and they will ship it from there to keep shipping times really fast. But for some of you, you will really benefit from this, because if you live in a country that has a currency that has a really good conversion rate to the US dollar, let's say, and then you make a sale in the US, that profit from that shirt will get converted to your currency, which may be at a really good multiple for you. So you may end up making a really good profit on each one of these sales. Now, generally speaking, between all of these different websites, you'll make anywhere from $2 to $10, sometimes $15 or $20 if it's a hoodie or a more expensive item like that per sale. So you can expect to get some pretty good profits. And again, you don't have to do any of the printing, shipping, nothing like that. You just get your split of the profit because you were the creator of the design. So guys, that's it for this video. I'll put all of the links that I talked about, the discount codes, and then also the other videos that would be helpful in specific situations. All of those will be down in the description. I hope this video has really helped you. Again, this is totally free, so if you enjoyed it, just give it a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments. And I'm going to be here to answer any questions. So hopefully this can get you guys started on a really good business for yourself and get you some passive income flowing. If you have any questions, just let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you guys all in the next video.